Here's another narration for my workout video. What we're going to be doing today is a dynamic lower body workout. As you can see, the first exercise is a power movement. In this case, a jumping of some kind, whether it's a broad jump, a box jump, or a box jump from a seated position, a depth jump, or as you can see this week, a weighted box jump. Box jump from a seated position. The previous three that I mentioned are the ones I've gone through before, which is a broad jump. Then I went to a seated box jump without weights, and then to a depth jump where I'm jumping kind of down onto the ground from the top of that small box, and then rebounding very, very quickly under 0.2 seconds. Considered a plyometric exercise or power exercise on top of the box. And I worked up to 9 of these mats, and that's just kind of the estimation I have. I don't know how high it is, but I did 3 sets of 2 reps. This is the last rep here. Flying up there, all right. Actually, I was surprised I was able to get that high. I didn't expect to be able to get that high, but I love jumping, so I try to keep it in my programs when I can. As you can see here, we have a Goblet Step Up. So we're holding the weight at our chest. I also have that 20-pound vest still on, along with a 40-pound dumbbell. And the goal here was to have a box where my hips were about parallel, or my femur was about parallel to the ground at the bottom position, and then stepping up under control. If you can see in the next couple clips, we're going to be kind of from behind. You'll see that my rear foot, I'm trying to keep it so there's no power at all coming from my rear foot, so it's only that front leading leg moving my body. At the same time, if you watch the concentric or the eccentric phase, I'm trying to control it. One, it creates, so I'm becoming more aware of the movement. I'm becoming fine-tuning my motor patterns. Here's the strength limit. This is 2.5 speed. But see, you can see how parallel my femur is to the ground. And then I'm trying to go down nice and slow and not counting the eccentric phase. I'm just keeping it nice and controlled. And a couple times I do put my foot kind of sliding down against the box just so that I'm not free falling. As most people will know, the longer into the range of motion or the more into the movement that we get, it's going to be harder to maintain that mechanical tension on the muscle, and so most people will plop down onto a box, especially when they're squatting, and this is kind of going against that, training my body and teaching my muscles not to release that tension at the bottom. I did 3 sets of 10 here, 10 on each leg, and I alternated the starting leg each time because one of my legs is a little stronger than the other. My left leg is a little stronger, however, it's a little weaker actually in that bottom position. Moving on to our third coupling of exercises, we have a slight deficit deadlift coupled with a heavy-ass sled drag, HASD, turned from Joe DeFranco. So this tire is a fucking bitch. Sorry for the language, but this tire is terrible. There's only 145 pounds on this tire on this set, and my feet I have bare feet just because I'm going to slip, and look, it felt like the balls of my feet were going to rip off of my feet. The reason this tire is so bad is because as with most sleds, as you increase the weight, you increase the amount of friction or the coefficient of friction, how much frictional force there is on the going against the ground. However, this tire, it's rubber, and so it's rubber on rubber here, and you can even see in the back, I'm creating a big ass line moving down here. But that thing was heavy, so these next 2 sets, I actually reduced the weight just to a 100-pound weight because I wanted to be able to get some nice smooth motion. I wanted to be able to be heavy, but I want to be able to move at a consistent pace. Really working on that forward lean angle and getting a full extension through my ankle, knees, and hips all the way up. And then you also see that I'm keeping my chest up, and so I'm almost in a straight line. I'm trying to stay in a straight line, but I'm kind of bending it over a little too far. You can see here I'm just pedaling my feet. I'm getting to a full extension on each one, trying to keep just the ball of my foot on there. I'm not necessarily doing a calf raise with it. But this is the third set. And this set one is a little bit slower on the deadlift, only because I did my weaker mixed grip. I did have some chalk. I just didn't want to use any straps. I'll do that later on for higher rep stuff. But I did my weaker mixed grip than usual, my less dominant mixed grip, and I held it there. Then a little slow eccentric in there. Nothing real fancy. But we're getting toward the end of the video. Thank you very, very much for watching. I will have my next workout up in the next couple of days. It will be a repetition effort upper body, and you'll be able to see what it looks like for that. It's similar to other weeks. However, this one's gonna be a little different in that it's a new rotation of exercise, so all the exercises are changed.